And welcome everybody to another playthrough. And this is going to be in between Dragon Quest III and Tales of Berseria. And I said I was going to play Super Mario. Somehow. Tried Super Mario Brothers 1 and I couldn't do it. So I decided to go with a game I probably could do, which would be 3 or World, and I settled on 3 for right now. I played it last month as a test over on Patreon, and oof. Let's just say, if you're expecting high-end gameplay or skill, you've come to the wrong place. I have not played this game in full in 20 to 25 years. I've watched people do it, but I've been terrible. Case in point, it took me about 4.5 hours to beat this game, and I had to use a lot of this suspend menu. So I'll show you. So, whoops. So the press and hold, and I can go back any frame that I choose. So this will cut me having to restart levels, take a lot of lives, take a lot of L's, and also potentially screw me up to the point where you'll see a bunch of stupid deaths because I'm stuck. But I'm learning my way through the game again, and hopefully this thing will work fine. And yes, this is the Super Mario All-Stars version, as you can see. So it will look a little better than the NES version, but the gameplay sure as shit won't, because I am not qualified to play this game very well. It'd probably take me 10 attempts to figure this shit out. But hey, this is an interstitial playthrough. We'll see what happens. Let's go. One thing I did learn in my playthrough was use the analog stick. Don't use the... or use the D-pad. Don't use the analog stick. The controls are pretty floaty. I'm using a Pro controller, so trying to go analog did not work for me. And yeah. Alright, at least I didn't die to the first guy, like I did the first time. I died to the second guy. So, first level should be okay. Should be okay. But, my hope is that I beat this in, less than 4 hours. You know? But I'm gonna have fun where I can. I'm expecting... let me see. I'm expecting World 1 to be fine, World 2 to be fine. World 3 sucks. World 3 sucks for me. Mostly the water stages. World 4 was pretty quick. World 5 was quick for what it was, but it was still pretty long. It's one of the longer ones. Ice level sucks. Pipeline for sure sucks, and World 8 is... bonus stages. I'm going to use... not that I need the lives. And I think... case in point. Here you go. So I can do that. And I keep saying I'm sorry. I'm trying to find phrases. Trying to find things to say because I'm trying to describe... This is from the Nintendo Switch Online, which... rude. The Nintendo Switch Online version, so this is why I'm able to even beat this in the first place, is the fact that I have the suspend animation. So if it bothers you that it is not an optimal playthrough, then bear that in mind. Since I'm not going to be using levels and, you know, restarting levels, I don't really need lives anymore, so I may not waste time with the card flipper or this. So that might end up saving me time overall. I'm also going to save on not having to get anything for... Oh, he threw his sock. Okay. I'm also going to spend time not screwing around with... bad pathfinding. At least that's the hope, anyway. Because there are some levels that I've chosen not to do. Ah, rude. So you can see I'm pretty familiar with the... Ah, shit. I should get enough levels from all these 1-ups that I'm not going to need to use the card thing. That was also a thing that was taking a lot of time. So I don't need to beat every level. I'm not a fan of side-scrolling levels. I'm not a fan of forts. Actually, this is a good chance to see if this is random. It is! Well, ain't that something? Perfect way to figure this out for forever. Okay, so I want the left side. Well, that's new. I did not actually check this the last time. Good to know. It is actually random. I don't know if people ever knew that or not. I keep saying, I'm sorry. I need to work on that. First step of a problem is admitting you have a problem. I normally don't do that in games because this is one I don't really know very well, so I'm having trouble understanding things. There I go again. But yes, other than the suspend animation feature, most of it is just practice. Knowing where to go and what to do and how not to die. It's going to get harder and harder, admittedly. But this should be fun. It should take like 8 to 10 episodes. Should be quicker than my other playthrough on Patreon, which is worse than this, trust me, and it's gonna get worse. But it was nice of me to figure out like what levels I needed to do with practice, what levels I didn't really struggle with. A lot of it was like later puzzles, like in level 7 and 8, like where to go and what to do with certain spots. There was a fort in like 7 or 8, which was just terrible. Because it was the one with all the doors and the keys and the locks and the shit. And the key to the answer was, lo and behold, a stupid... It was a P-switch in one of the things. So I'm learning as I go. But this balances out compared to, say, Mega Man, which did not... I played the Mega Man X Maverick Collection, but I got to the Sigma Stage 1, and anybody who knows Sigma Stage 1 knows that they have the stupid pits with the floaty platform things. You have to get through it, or you have to climb the tower to even beat it. I could not do that, which really sucks, you know? Not that I didn't try, I gave it like 20 or 30 minutes, I couldn't do it. So that's why I never did that. But the cool thing about buying the Nintendo Switch Online now is I have access to Breath of Fire and Breath of Fire 2, Donkey Kong Country, all 3 of them, because the Nintendo Switch, or the Super NES Classic didn't have 2 and 3. There's other games, like Kirby, that are available. I didn't want to buy the expansion, so anybody that doesn't have Nintendo Switch Online, it's $20 a year, which not bad for NES and SNES, and they update every once in a while, but it's not like a lot. So pretty much what the games you get are what you're gonna get. But to get the GBA and the N64 and the GameCube and Sega stuff, $50 a year. You can see that's a bit more of an expense. Not a bad one, but it's an expense still. So for now, I'm just going to go with the $20 a year, and whatever games I get on here, this can give me something else to do other than randos, right? So in this, what I was doing in the rando, or the original playthrough, was anytime I screwed up, I just used the suspend feature and moved back. I don't want to do that in this. So if I screw up, I screw up. I'm not too worried about it. This one, I will. Well, it's fine. I would have preferred the feather, but whatever. So yeah, my hope is to beat this with relative ease compared to the other version, but now I gotta check. Yeah, it is different. Well, look at that. So it's gonna be A level. It's gonna be mostly a level per video, barring something like 3, 5, or 7. 7 might be very long. Oh, it's terrible! Yeah, it's terrible. I know. It's funny. But this allows me to do, you know, Super Mario World, or Super Mario World, Super Mario World 2, Yoshi's Island, Super Mario Brothers 2, because I don't think... one is just too stiff. Like, I tried playing it, and I got a couple levels in, and I just felt not really jiving with it, if that makes any sense. Like, I just wasn't feeling the game personally. Because even by the game is old and stiff standards, I was just... Yeah, you can jump on those. So, nothing against the game, I just wasn't feeling it. But, you know, maybe something like Super Castlevania 4. Maybe not Rondo... Ah! Shit. Well, that didn't work. See, this is what could happen with the suspend feature. But any game that I feel I can have access to, and I might even be able to beat stuff, too, that I never beat before. So that's just a new avenue. Rather than just doing randos every time, that's fine. Instead of just doing randos every time, I could probably play this now and give you guys something else to watch than just every rando that I've ever done over and over. Does that mean these playthroughs are going to be any good? No. I don't trust my skill level. But if it's funny to see me fumble around with games that I've either played before or never played before in a short span, then it's a good avenue. And hey, maybe even PlayStation Plus someday. Maybe I'll pony up for that. But I'm good with it. I'm happy with it. I'm also happy that I beat level 1 in no time flat. So that means I can save it. And as you can see, I have dual saves. So this will save it right where I am at. And I made progress compared to the first time I played this by a minute or two. So, we'll be playing this for the next week or so. I'm going to do my best to not suck too much. So I hope you enjoy.